Hello, my friends. Welcome back to A Common Touch of Fantasy. Today we are reviewing the third book in the Magician's trilogy, The Magician's Land by Lev Grossman. This is a modern-day adult portal fantasy. If you don't know what a portal fantasy is, people from our world find out that magic exists in another world and they go to that other world. This story is mostly about young adults coming to terms with becoming actual adults. The Magician's Trilogy ends on a high note with this book, and I realized how much this series really made an impression on me. This series is not perfect. It's kind of dirty at times. Grossman could have planned a more epic, sprawling series that made a little bit more sense, but instead he made a portal fantasy based off of randomness. And this randomness is a metaphor for what happens in the life of 20-something-year-olds learning how to be adults. And Quentin, which is the main character in this story, is very much a child at the beginning of this series, but as the series goes on, and especially in this book, he kind of learns how to be comfortable in himself, comfortable with being an adult, and just understanding where his place is in the world. He no longer expects things from life, but now he just kind of lives his life. In this book, the world of Fillory is dying, and our magicians must save it. There is a huge heist portion in this book in the real world, and we get introduced to a new character called Plum, who I really like. She ends up being an actual friend to Quentin and not somebody he just wants to sleep with. Many times during this series I kind of wanted to quit, but there's a depth to this series that I just couldn't escape. Yes, there's scenes in this series that I really did not like reading about, but Grossman has a very strong literary style, and in the end I am really happy I read this. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to give this series up to like Goodwill or the library or something after I finished it, but I realized that this might be something I could revisit in the future and maybe glean some more information from. I mostly read these on audiobook and enjoyed them, but I also read them on physical book as well. For this book, I gave the plot a 3, the characters a 4, world building a 3, the writing style a 4, and the heart and mind aspect a 3. For a total score of 17 out of 25, a 4-star read. I like this. Check out my written review in the description box below. I'll talk to you guys later for another review.